Wow, it's already been a few months that we started this whole series of just analyzing and focusing on some areas that we can use for self publishing our books. And we're getting down to our last couple of weeks, and I feel like I've saved the best for last. In fact, today's research that I went through in BookBaby.com was very insightful and actually very encouraging because I really liked what I got to see. But you're going to have to be the judge of it. Is BookBaby.com worth the money? Because there is a little bit of an investment, and I'm going to talk about that in today's podcast. So make sure that you stay tuned. Hey, as per usual, I just want to kind of get something out the way. It's going to be my shameless self-promotion. Are you an author looking to share your books with the world but need just a little guidance? Well, look no further. The selfpublishinghub.com empowers writers like you to take charge of your publishing dreams without breaking the bank. For just $9.99 per month, access my treasure trove of resources, including over a half dozen different courses, hours of footage, and hundreds of videos. Subscribe today and launch your author career into the stratosphere. Remember, it's the one, the only, theselfpublishinghub.com. All right, let's get on into it because, boy, there's a lot of material to get through. In fact, man, like I said at the very top of this is pretty exciting. Now, first of all, what is BookBaby? It's important that we get this one out of the way. BookBaby is a comprehensive self-publishing company that offers a range of services to help authors bring their books to life. Whether you're an aspiring writer or an experienced author, BookBaby provides a one-stop solution for all of your publishing needs. And I mean everything. So how does it work compared to other aggregate publishers? Now, I say aggregate publishers because we want to get it separated from direct publishing options like KDP or Apple Books for Authors or Barnes & Noble Press. Because with aggregate publishing models, what they do is they distribute your books on your behalf, and from there, they just usually collect a percentage of the earnings. So places like, say, Drafted Digital or Smashwords, they take a percentage. So 10% of the retail price is what Drafted Digital takes. For something like this aggregate publisher, like BookBaby, it's a little more in line with PublishDrive or even the one I covered last week, Tableau, because you're paying up front to get 100% of net profits. So a place like PublishDrive, you have to pay X amount of dollars per month. I think it's like $14.19 for one title to be distributed through them. And that's in perpetuity. For something like Tableau, they have like an annual plan membership that you can invest in and you get the same thing. Now, for something like BookBaby, though, you pay a substantial amount up front. And it's pretty comparable to what Tableau and PublishDrive have to offer in their annual plans, but you get 100% of net profit. So that's really nice. There is a little bit of an asterisk next to the 100% of net profits. Some options do not give full royalty, and when I'm breaking some of these models down, I will tell you specifically which ones don't get you the full royalty. So just assume that you get 100% of net profits. Now, you're probably saying, you keep saying net profits. That's because when they list this to each of the retail platforms, those retail platforms are going to take their pound of flesh. They're going to take their percentage. So let's just say, for instance, they distribute over to Amazon KDP for you. Your ebooks would be 70% flat, period. Now, some people might go, well, why wouldn't you just go directly over to KDP? Because, well, with aggregate publishing, they're doing so much more for you that you don't have to worry about going into 50,000 different accounts and logging in. They help you kind of manage it in one dashboard. So this is where BookBaby sets themselves apart from the rest because they help manage any aspect of the business you want. I mean, any aspect. You can come with your own completed manuscript or start from scratch with them. And here's the thing that I found so refreshing about them. They're very transparent. You go on their website, they've got all the info that you need. And it's pretty easy to just Google up most of your answers. But to be honest with you, as soon as you look up bookbaby.com, you can click a few links and get all of the information that you need. I really love that. I think there's more platforms that need to take a little bit of a page out of their book. However, I would love to see BookBaby pick up the option like what PublishDrive currently has launched, which was the PublishDrive calculator, where you can see how much you would make on that platform versus going with other aggregate publishers like, say, Drafted Digital or Smashwords and so on and so forth. Would love to see that, but I understand if BookBaby doesn't have that on their radar. They have a number of other different quotes and calculators on their site, so you can figure out most of those things. But it'd be kind of cool to see like an apple-to-apple comparison. All right, let's get into the three types of print books, or excuse me, a type of books they put out, because they do ebooks, print books, and audiobooks. But they come with a little bit of an asterisk here. Now, if you want to distribute ebooks through BookBaby, it's $299, period. Flat fee. If you come there with your own book, ready to go ahead and go, it's just the $300. You get distribution to the BookBaby Bookshop, Amazon, Versa, Apple Books, Barnes & Noble, Kobo, Libby, also known as Overdrive, Gardner's Books, Baker & Taylor, eCentral, Scribd, and I believe they have another name now. I can't remember, is a weird name off the top of my head. Ciando and Hoopla. Now, this is available in 170 countries and 60 plus stores. So this means your ebook gets out there far and wide. It gets it into retail distributors as well as into libraries, like systems like Hoopla and Overdrive are great examples of getting it into those stores. Now, let's transition over to what I feel like they're strongest at, and that is print books, because you can get paperback, hardcover, and hardcover with dust jacket options. So they have everything you can kind of imagine. This comes in full color or black and white interior, and they have available quite a few trim sizes, but they have 5 standard book sizes, which are available through what they call their quote-unquote global distribution. More about that here in a little bit. So 5 standard sizes. They have 8 additional trim sizes, but it doesn't appear to reach into the global distribution network quite yet. That's to say that you can essentially be able to order these for yourself. You can fulfill them yourself. You can make them available through the BookBaby Bookshop. I'm going to say that quite a few times. BookBaby Bookshop. That's a mouthful, let me tell you. The paper types they have available is 60-pound natural paper. I'm going to do quotes around natural. It's considered an uncoated and off-white, so essentially cream color. There's 60-pound opaque paper, quotations again here, because they call it opaque. It essentially is white uncoated paper. And then last but not least, they have the 80-pound gloss paper, which is their heaviest, and it is available in white. For your covers, you can have them available in gloss film lamination or matte finish. So essentially glossy or matte. Now, their print-on-demand distribution options. There's a couple to choose from. The very first one is, if you want the global distribution network, that's going to be $399. Again, if you feel a little bit of sticker shock, hang in there. I'll explain a lot of these things as it kind of goes on, because you can probably like, why would I spend $400 when I can go to XYZ? I totally get it. I'll cover that towards the end. But here is what they have available through the global distribution network. And in fact, in their words, they say Amazon, Powell's Books, Books A Million, and Barnes & Noble, as well as Ingram, which is huge reach, by the way. That's over 40,000 retailers. Baker & Taylor, NASCorp, Bookazine, Diamond Comic, BPDI, say that 10 times fast, Christian Book Distributors, and 50 plus others. Now, I tried to track down those 50 plus others, and I couldn't really find much beyond that. So that's the only area, I think. But if I took a little bit of time to reach out to support, I'd imagine they'd probably tell me what those other 50 plus are. And let's not forget the BookBaby Bookshop. So they have their own site that they're showcasing folks that are distributing through BookBaby. So that is a big plus. Now, as far as what is their organic reach like, I don't know, but it is probably one of the better royalty options. And if you're getting organic sales from them, that's a big plus. They essentially say, in their words, make more money with every sale through BookBaby Bookshop. Gosh, that's hard to say. BookBaby Bookshop. BB Bookshop. All right. So that is for global distribution. Now, let's just say that you're like, I'm good. I'm already hitting all those other avenues, Dale. What about that bookshop? I'm interested in that. That is a $149 fee. So, half as much, but you only get a 50% royalty. Remember how I said there was a little bit of an asterisk? There is a little bit of an asterisk next to BookBaby Bookshop when you're doing your POD books, your print-on-demand books. But the nice thing is you do get payment days after ordering, according to them. So that is a big plus. Where we're used to getting sales through something like Amazon, we won't see that 60 to 90 days out, but they make a sale through Bookshop, boom. It's right inside your bank account within the next week, which I'll cover payment options here in a little bit here. All right, transitioning over into audiobooks. Now, this one seems almost like it's a newer option with them, or maybe they're just not looking to expand at all. I'm not really sure, but it's $99 to do audiobook sales. Now, they only reach one avenue, and it's the BookBaby Bookshop. You get 75% royalties. Remember how I said there was a little bit of an asterisk, but 75% royalties for audiobook sales is actually phenomenal. It's pretty dang good. That's head and shoulders above most audiobook distribution platforms that are out there. But again, you're only making the BookBaby Bookshop. However, if you don't like being paid 25 to 40% on a platform like ACX, or you're not a fan of Findaway Voices and how Spotify changed things a lot recently, well, you've got this option. It makes it to where you can have your audiobook available for sale, and you can send readers on over there to buy that. So it's not bad. It's one area I'm strongly considering. And let's just think about this for just a second. If you already are doing your own audiobook, let's say it's already available for sale. It's only $99 to go ahead and distribute through them, and you get 75% royalties. That's a big win. Let's just say, for instance, though, you don't have a narrator, or you don't have the means to put together an audiobook. BookBaby has that available. They have everything you can imagine available. I said this at the very beginning, but this is something I need to kind of circle back around to, that they have ebook formatting, print book formatting, cover design, editing, proofreading, all that type of stuff. You can get it all underneath one little shelf there. So how does BookBaby pay? They will pay you through check, PayPal, or direct deposit. Now, stay with me for just a second here, because there is a $1.50 processing fee for checks. There's also an 85-cent fee for direct deposit transfers in the US and Canada. And for international direct deposit rates, this varies per country, but it's generally $4 plus 2% foreign currency exchange rates. You will have to have a $10 minimum payment threshold in order to get your money. And according to what they say, the following Monday, you'll receive payment for your books. So just keep in mind that it does take a minute for them to list over to the other websites, and then the other websites that sell, it's going to take an additional amount of time to come over here. So the following Monday option, I think, is more applicable to, say, Bookshop, where you're making the sales. So they say once your book is live for sale, the partner sites you have selected, it will take approximately 90 days after the end of the first fiscal month for any sales of your book to show up in your BookBaby account. This varies by store and depends entirely on how quickly stores report their sales to BookBaby. Print sales usually post to the account within the first 2 weeks of the month. So you can get that payment rather quick, but it does take a little bit of time for them to aggregate and bring all this stuff and get all the information from all the different other platforms. Here's some other miscellaneous details about BookBaby I found very insightful. You can get your own author page on BookBaby Bookshop. That's really kind of nice. If you don't have the time or the discretionary expense beyond publishing your book to do a website, maybe this could probably be an option that you can start sending readers over towards that direction. Also, the Alliance of Independent Authors Watchdog lists them as an approved partner with an excellent rating. As I'd shared in the past, the Alliance of Independent Authors Watchdog list is a very strictly curated list. Like, they're very, very focused on the details, what's going to work out for indie authors. And they're not just willing to take a bribe or a payoff in order to give somebody a better, higher rating. I had actually interviewed Orna Ross, the founder of the Alliance of Independent Authors, and she had shared, like, yeah, there's been many times some companies want to buy a higher rating on their list, and they're like, no, we don't do that. So that's really cool to see that they're not only just a partner of Ally, but they also have an excellent rating. Also, there is, if you want to see a behind the scenes look at, about a couple years ago, I had an interview with one of our longtime followers here. And actually, I did a behind the scenes interview with this BookBaby author. It is available through my channel memberships on both of my YouTube channels. There is a link inside the show notes if you want to go and check that out for sure. So that was a lot of information, but I do need to kind of circle back around. Like, you guys are like, wait a second, you're talking about all these high price things. You're going to tell me, how is this justifiable? Well, we'll get to that in just a second here. Subscribe to my premium video on demand service today, theselfpublishinghub.com, to get access to exclusive videos and courses you won't find anywhere else for only $9.99 per month. Yeah. Not $999, not $895, not $3,000. No, just $9.99 per month. Start it whenever you like. Cancel whenever you want. It won't hurt my feelings if you binge watch everything in within 1 month and just, get your $10 worth. Just remember, though, it's the one, the only, theselfpublishinghub.com. All right, here are my final thoughts on BookBaby. Paying up front for self-publishing seems sketchy to the uninitiated, but it really isn't. It's sure, there are some models out there that are super, super sketchy, but this one is probably one of those ones that I would say is not sketchy. They are really who they say who they are, and they actually provide everything up front. There's nothing hidden. And if you want more details, they even have a toll-free number. You can reach out to them. Who is BookBaby for, though? Because it's obviously not for everybody. Aspiring authors with a deeper budget? Absolutely. If you're looking to get into one dashboard, have somebody handle it all for you, then that's the way to go. Authors with an established following. This makes sense. If you plan on making a considerable amount of money, then this is probably the best option versus going direct through some of these platforms, because they're all going to take a pound of flesh. But if you can just go into one dashboard and have it all handled in one spot, then all the better. And any authors needing more guidance or assistance, whether it's design, marketing and promotion, editing, proofreading, and more, they have you covered in every aspect. And yes, when you do get set up, they're going to upsell you on some things. That's their deal. Just know what you need when you go to them and stick to your guns and understand what type of a budget that you have allotted for publishing your book through BookBaby. I highly recommend exploring their site. You can set up a free account and join their email list. And they're always running specials, discounts, and provide excellent articles about the publishing process. And this is through an email subscription. Like, I get something, I think, at least a couple times per week, at least once per week, that I get something from BookBaby. It's pretty informative. Now, you can check out their online quotes tool so you know exactly what everything costs and what to expect from them. They also have a toll-free number you can use for more direct assistance. Take advantage of that. So if you've really been kind of kicking tires and you're going, I'm not really sure if this whole thing is for me, reach out to them. They'll be able to tell you whether or not it's going to be working out for you. Hey, this next week, we're going to start to wrap up this whole self-publishing company series. However, don't fret, we will be going and transitioning into the audiobook publishing space, and that's going to be our next series of videos. Not as long as the last ones have been. This next week, though, we are going to put a big bow on this whole system and process here, and we're going to be analyzing a place called Later Press. This is for digital publishing and direct sales. They actually offer a 100% royalty option. Yeah, pretty awesome, right? But are they all that in a bag of chips? Yeah, I use that outdated phrase, and I'm going to stick to it. We're going to find that out in next week's broadcast. Till later, this has been Self-Publishing with Dale, and I'll catch you then.